everybody, welcome back to Farming with Kels. Take a look here, we're getting so close to planting. I'm going to show you here the mounted planter 1230 Case IH, and then we will jump into the pivot planter that we just got recently, and fertilizer truck, update, seed tender, all that sort of spring jazz prep work. So stay tuned. First off, the task here for today is going to be removing the boxes off the planter, which I just did, and now I'm going to be cleaning out the seed disc. I'll show you up close here of this all as well. So here is number 4. As you can see, we label everything outside of it. Here is where the seed disc is, so the cover off there, and here's the seed disc. Those little notches I'm trying to get out there, lift it up, there we go. As you can see, they're a little dusty. So we want to get that all cleaned up nice, check things over, check the brushes. Working right in front of the shop there, so actually taking the hose, air compressor hose from the shop. So again, this is the seed disc. Those little notches I'll show you up close in a bit. A now clean cover. I'll soon show you an up-close glance here of what I'm doing, but I'm putting the disc back in. Again, just kind of cleaned them out, checked things over. So here was the up-close glance. This is where the seed's flowing, and these little brushes, it's important to not shoot down from above because you'll just smash them with that pressure of the air. So it's kind of more of like a side glance to try not to wreck them. They're very important. This here is where the seed's going to spin around and fall out. These are what you call singulators. They push the seed around. With the corn, you can have large or small seed, and it just helps move it all around. The seed goes in these little slots. You see those little holes? So each of those holes has a seed in it, and the singulator helps knock out excess ones. It's all part of the singulation process. This is where the seed drops.
This is what's supposed to happen. It applies air to it, and then it's supposed to push that rod down into the groove and catch it. And then stop it from turning. But there's a little groove that it's supposed to catch in there, and I don't think it's going in there properly. That's why it's not stopping it, unless it's something's broken there.
Dad is cleaning and lubricating the air clutches. They can actually get pretty wore. And number one here, we're having issues. We had issues last year. It wouldn't shut off, and we're just doing, regular maintenance on them all. But number one in specific might need to be replaced. We're not quite sure yet. But for now, just got to clean them, lubricate them. So, yeah. Just like that, huh? Oh. Right in the face. Little update, everything's pretty much good to go, except, do you see the 2 boxes that aren't on yet? Project left to do. The lift assist bracket broke. Oh my goodness, look at this, you guys. It is pretty much gonna snap. We cannot use this before this gets fixed. It holds it together, so very important. Not a good situation. Not sure what we're gonna do, but gonna have to do some major welding. Tip it down, use the loader in the back, push it down, but I don't know. Not good. It's hanging on by like an inch, like a thread. Not much at all, so a little sketchy there. Needs to get fixed.
Trying to push this forward so the front was pushed tight, but it was cracked. So yeah, I don't know if I have to weld that first and then try to pull it down, or just actually a little bit of a gap might be good for welding because you can get the weld to sink in deeper.
Right. What did you do? How did the process go down? Since I wasn't here.
I'll put chain under there, tie it around that part, and using the cylinder to pull it back down. Now that the pressure's off, it opens up again. Can't see that, so you'll have to kind of down.
Now you raise them up. Yeah. in case anybody's wondering what the heck we're doing now, well, this is our seed tender. So it's a Speed King here, and we actually put it on top of a trailer. So we don't have any, fancy dancy all in one, but it works really good for what we do. A cheaper option too, I must say. So we have a lot of bags this year of corn, but we will use this for a bit as well. And the totes of seed will go above. That's the design of this. That auger, of course, fills it. Each side here can hold a tote above, and each is usually like 2,500 pounds. So that's a lot of weight up there. Goal is to keep it pretty even on each side for the weight dispersal. Getting this load binder ready to use. Fertilizer truck ain't quite ready yet. Bad bearing needs to be fixed there. We'll use that soon. Here is our new, to us, pivot fold planter, and it is a 1245 Case IH. Well, that's way too low. Look at those tires. Not very tall. I thought you just raised it a little bit. That's all the way up. What?
My claw bar is too high. See, I got mine tipped upside down. He might have his tipped the other one.
Oh, that's pretty. Huh.
I bet that'll make a difference if I do that. I might have to move the hitch up to that one. That would get my PTO sprayer too.
Looky what we got here. Some similar things from the 1230. Of course, the brush is looking a little rough there. See once if I can get some of that out. But I don't think we're going to replace them yet, but we will definitely in the future. Just a little bit of preparing for planting, picking up some brush. Got some brush piles just along some tree lines here. So yeah, a little bit of yay, I'm in the tractor moment, but not planting yet. Getting ready. This video, obviously, as you're watching, has kind of been about the planter and little other things, but mostly the planter. And yeah, just kind of looking things over. I previously, the other day, was showing you what was broke here, as you can see. So that's gonna be a big weld job. Chain's still on there. So I'll film a little bit of that. Not the full, hour of it, but So we got some leaks going on. And by leaks, I mean like literally on the hose, it's like wearing through the wire. And it is the one that leads to the fan. So that one will definitely need to be replaced. I'll show you that here. Or vacuum or whatever. So it's this one right here, if you can see that. It's literally wearing through. So that one is a need. Like I said, we're not in the field yet, of course, but look how much is already here. Look how wet that is. So that is very wet because it's just creating that pressure for a little bit there. So the other line leads to a line here for the marker, which not against using them at all, but we just don't. So we don't need that line. The hose was capped off. Up close glance at the row unit again. This is the corn planter. The other one that we got can be corn or beans, depending what you use it for. So we will be using that one as the plan now, just for beans. So this will still be the corn planter that we use, but something majorly different. It's kind of the same setup, other than bulk fill, not a mounted planter, pull type, but it does not have chains. It does not have chains, has a cable, but it does not have the chain. So that is different when I was cleaning them out, that planter versus this one. But the seed disc, that's all very similar to me, how you take it on and off, the flow of it, how it works, other than, the bulk fill. That's way different, way different. So yeah, I'm excited to see what I like better, I guess, but yeah. So this is where the seed is going to drop through. So like this one is set on there. Number 7, as you can see, we label this and the seed disc inside. This is just the cover, of course. You can see the holes there, of course. But yeah, so this part right here is where the seed's gonna fall out of, and that is this right here on the open one. And so the corn goes through there, drops down, and out right here. I'm probably always gonna include the fridge that I love so much on my videos because it's just so important. It has all my necessities. Oh wait, clearly it's not go time in the field yet because this thing is gonna be stacked full of snacks. It will have all my needs, let's just say. But yeah, anywho, we are not an operation that replaces new things every year, every 6 months, trades off, we don't. So when we get something new, it's a big deal, it's a big deal. And it's not even new, it's new to us. But it's still new because it'll be totally different. Learning how to pull this thing down the road. Obviously it does not go down the road like that, but just in general, once it swings back in, folds, look at the length here. I'm not used to that. I'm used to a mounted planter. Dad's playing with the drawbar, reading up on it, what he wants to set it at, because currently we're not really liking when you set the planter down. When you set the planter down, we're not on total even ground, but pretty darn close. You're supposed to be on even ground to really test anything out. But anyways, when we put the planter down in plant mode and then pick it back up, it's super low. And neither one of us are thinking that's a super good idea. So Dad's figuring out what he wants to do exactly for the drawbar height, but I think flipping it will give us a lot more inches and we might do that. But we'll play around with it, see what we like with pretty much this whole season because it is new to us. Bulk fill. So the seed goes in there if anybody's wondering. The white tanks we will not be using. Again, this is for beans, not corn. For us, it definitely can be. It definitely can be both. So if that other one breaks down, we don't want that to happen, but at least we have now option of still getting corn in the ground. So yeah. Here are the row units, very similar to the other ones. Just kind of lift up on this and with one hand here, I don't know if I can, but anywho, pull the hose off, you know, pull the seed discs out, all that fun jazz. But it's got the hose going here, and then the seed actually comes through on this hose. If you follow it right back up. So that's very different, obviously. So the only cover, like the other one has that whole cover, you know, you snap it off, and I'm hauling, you know, bags, seed, 50-pound bags on my little hip here. That'll be nice, but no, again, we're not using this for corn, we're using it for beans. So maybe I'll see the change if we do go the corn route with it, because that would be cool. Anyways, with this cover here, just slide it back, opens up, and the seed will just be in there. So it like so tiny, like the size of my hand. Literally size of my hand. So that's just crazy to me, but that's how it works because it's bulk fill. All that is familiar with me. Comparing the two, so this is where the chain was in the 1230 in the shop. Pivot is a 40s series, but it's a 45, so with the 5 that makes it then cable. In case you didn't watch the other video when it was actually arriving to the farm, this came all the way from Kansas. Again, central Minnesota this channel's on. And yeah, Kansas. Crazy. But super cool. Super thankful for truckers out there still willing to make those long hauls. Shout out to the truckers. And if you are a trucker, let me know, what's the longest route you've ever took?